Hi, this is my first hair transplant video, and I'm gonna be speaking about my experience in Elithair in Turkey, Istanbul. So as you can see, I have quite I don't have any hair loss. I mostly did my hairline. I sort of had some receding here, but I've always had that. And yeah, I decided to just fill it up and just bring a little bit, just a tiny bit, my hairline down, but a little bit, not so much, since it's not advisable to do that. Yeah, I had it around 1 month ago, a little bit more, like around 5 weeks maybe, and honestly, until now, I can't complain. I'm gonna show you the results in a bit. I think I'm getting into the shedding phase. So in case you don't know, after you have your hair transplant, around week 3 or 4, you're gonna start having some shock loss, which is the name for the shedding that happens after the hair transplant, which is, it's nothing to be afraid of. It just means that the transplanted hair, it's being pushed out by the new hair that's coming out. So it's quite normal, and you should start seeing your new hair around the 3rd month. So this is sort of the transition area, more time of it. Overall, Elithair was actually quite nice. They picked me up in the airport. They brought me directly to the clinic. They are very nice, actually. They spoke both English and German with me. I mostly spoke German with them, but English was also available in case somebody needed it. And besides that, accommodations were nice, housekeeping, like everything was super tidy. We got 3 meals a day around, I think I got there, and first they do like some blood tests, they check your scalp. They show you with like a camera your grafts of the hair that you already have. Me, on my case, they told me that I have a lot of multi-grafts, which is, graft is where the hair is, like the follicle. I think I'm not sure if graft is the same as follicle, but that's where the hair is. And sometimes you have single grafts, which is just one hair, or multi-grafts, which is like 3 to 4 or to 2 hairs on a same graft. So in my case, I had a lot of multi-grafts, which is good for the hair transplantation. It was quite funny because a lot of people most people who do a hair transplant, they are like really balding, and a lot of the custom of the patients that were there, they thought I was there to get like a beard transplant, but I was like, no, I honestly just want to fill this up. And yeah, they were like, why do you want more hair? You have enough hair. And honestly, the reason I did it is because yeah, I don't have a strong hair loss. I don't even think I have a hair loss. But I used to spend too much time trying to sort of put my hair on the right position so it frames my face, and that was taking me way too much time in the morning, way too much time whenever I was gonna meet someone, and I was sort of always thinking about it. And I know it's mostly an internal thing that I should work on, and I have, but I thought to myself, like, man, I can just fix this with a small operation, which is not that expensive, and I'm just gonna stop thinking about it. So that was the reason I did it. And of course I researched a lot before doing that. Always do your research, always check your clinics, always do research so you know what you want to do. For example, I was researching cases like mine, you know, like I have hair, I have long hair, I'm gonna show you to you in a bit. And should I get a hair transplant? Is it worth it? Is it gonna look good? Is it gonna look natural? I googled, I reviewed a lot of videos, forums, Reddit, whatever you can think about, and I came to the conclusion that a filler transplant wasn't a bad idea, as long as they don't pull my hairline too low, because if you pull your hairline way too low, then if the hair keeps receding, it's gonna just look weird. So I talk about it with the staff of Elithair, and they told me the same. Yes, exactly. We would never lower your hairline that low. We're just gonna sort of frame it and fill up inside. So that's basically what I did. The operation was not so. I mean, the only painful thing is the anesthesia. They offer also a small like they could like they offer also a full body anesthesia where like they put you to sleep through anesthesia which goes in your vein, and then they put the local anesthesia in your head, and then they wake you up, and then they do the procedure there so that you don't have to feel all of the needles that go in your head. I of course didn't go for that option. I thought, okay, I mean, I can handle pain, it shouldn't be that bad. They said it's just 2 minutes of pain, and I was like, okay, whatever. I mean, I can handle it. I did handle it. The staff was always trying to be super careful and nice while they were doing it, but it's something unavoidable if you choose the option to not fall asleep. The first part of the anesthesia, they have like a cylinder where they sort of like push a needle, or I don't know, I don't even know if it has a needle, but it's like a cylinder which they sort of stick that in the back of your head, and that's not bad. That's actually very manageable. After that, you receive like actual needles, and the hard part is the beginning, because the back of your head is not really that numb, so you do feel that. But after 2 minutes, you're good. Like, you don't feel anything. You feel more relaxed. You could also ask for an anti-stress pill, which I did, and it was just cruising. You know, I was just lying there, put on my headphones on. You can just feel like somebody's doing something there, but you don't really feel anything. Yeah, headphones on, put on a podcast, and I fell asleep. After that, they just they wake you up. The doctor is there, so he tells you, hey, everything is going great, and we're gonna have a small break now. You're gonna have lunch. They bring you lunch to the operation room. You eat, and then you go back at it, which involves another anesthesia round in the front part of your head, which I must say it wasn't that bad as the behind of your head, because I think they don't use that many needles. Yeah, I mean, at least in my experience, it wasn't as bad as behind. Yeah, the same. 2 minutes, then you feel numb. Then they start working. Put back my headphones on, took a snooze, and the doctor would come and go, see if everything was good. He would check on everybody. He would check on me. He's like, hey, are you okay? Do you feel good? Do you need a break? Yeah. After that, you're done. You have to really be careful. They bandage you up, but you're like swollen. Of course, it's an operation. And you have to, if you're a tall person, I would advise to really be careful, because they, of course, they have like some monitors or and some stuff hanging from the ceiling, and they really tell you really be careful. But I saw a case after I was done, because after you're done they take you to like a waiting room or an observation room to see if you're okay, if you are not reacting bad to any of the anesthesia or the procedure, which is like 15 to 30 minutes where you're just sitting there and they are just coming to you, checking you up. Then you can go down to have some lunch or some dinner in my case. And there was a guy who came and he had like some sort of bleeding, because he's like 2 meters or more. He was super tall. He's super tall. And he bumped his head with something. And he said that immediately the nurses and the doctor, they took him back, they checked on him, and they were like, okay, you're good, but please be careful. So I thought that was cool from them to like really be attend to the what do you call the to the patient. Yeah, after that dinner, which is cool because you can talk to some of the dudes that had the hair transplant around the same time as you did, and you can sort of talk about this topic, which is not very usual, at least for me. We don't really talk about these sort of things, and if you do, people mostly don't know about the topic. But especially in this dinner, it was really cool to see people who, as me, just had the hair transplant and talk about experiences or our expectations, or some tips, and sort of exchange ideas about the topic. I really like that about there. Yeah, sleeping wasn't that bad. As far as I can recollect, they give you this pillow, which actually I sometimes still use it, not because of the hair, but it's actually quite comfortable to sleep with this pillow. And it's not like the pillow that they gave me in Elite's a special pillow. No, it's like a normal travel pillow. But sleeping wasn't that bad. You should sort of sleep with like a little bit forward. And the room where I was sleeping had this sort of electrical bed, which could position you in the way you wanted. Yeah, so they give you your meds, they give you some painkillers. I personally took a sleeping pill that I brought myself because, yeah, I knew it was maybe gonna be difficult to sleep. It wasn't really that difficult. You just have to sort of get used to sleep still. And they told me I was gonna have some bleeding, like not bleeding, but some secretion from my donor area because of the anesthesia, or they put some sort of liquid there, but I didn't. I was bone dry in the morning, which was really nice. And yeah, morning you go down, you have some breakfast, then you go to some checkup. You have another talk with the doctor. They give you some other stuff, I don't remember right now, but they give you some sort of flyers, a little bag. They give you your certificate. They give you your shampoos, which you're gonna use the first 3 weeks, and some lotion, which I still have and I still use sometimes for the itchiness. And they give you their certificate. They show you how you should wash your hair or your head, and then you're free to go. On my case, I had to go back to Germany. Around 7 was my flight, so they took me on the private shuttle around 4. Like, we left around 4. Yeah, besides that, you just have to really be careful. Like, you have to be clean with your head. They give you the hat, and you're off. That was my experience there. First days, it's like, okay, it's painful, but it was never painful. You're just swollen, which is really, I mean, you look weird for the first 2 days, but it's not something so drastic. Then I really don't remember the process after, like the how you have to take care of yourself after the hair transplant. I followed every rule, but now I honestly don't remember when exactly you had to shower, when not. I think it was on the second day or third day where they recommend you to sort of wash. They give you on your kit. There's the shampoo, the lotion, and some like a spray bottle for you to spray water with. I would recommend that instead of actually using the shower head, because the pressure may affect the pressure of the water. If it's too high, it may affect some of the hairs. So I would take that in account. Yeah, and that was it. Now I'm on my 5th week. As I said, I think I'm on the shedding phase. So wait. So okay, this is how, like, this is my hair. Like, this is my natural hair. Well, all of your hair is natural, but this is like my non-transplanted hair. And so this is the hair that got transplanted. As you can see, it's shedding now. It used to be more after you take off the cruston. I don't know how to say it in English. So this is my frontal. Basically got, like, this is the new hairline, and it's like from here to like here too. And also in the inside I got some hair just to get some more volume, or as a prevention, I think. You can see it. As I said, 5th week I am, so of course there's some shedding, which is completely normal. This is one side. This is one side. I think it's filling up really nice. Other side. And I hope you can see it. Let's see. This is from behind. So that's my progress right now. I will keep posting videos for around a year to see the whole process. Yeah, and hopefully we have the results we are expecting. I'm also gonna do PRP treatment in Elite, but in Germany, which is pretty cool that you can do it from here. If you don't know what PRP is, they take plasma from your blood and put it in your head, which is good for your overall hair, not just for the transplanted one. I also got a PRP or some PRP injections after the hair transplant, so I think that's also making my overall hair thicker. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, you can write in the comments and I will try to answer them. Yeah.